Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raiders Daily. Man, I was reading another power ranking article now that preseason is over, and this article decided to throw him at 18th out of 32. I just thought that was pretty interesting. Welcome back to the channel, though, man. My name is Jax. I post daily Raiders videos. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. So one of the reasons I'm making this video here is I just made a Chiefs video. So I have a daily I have a daily NFL channel where I post, various content about the league. And in today's video, I talked about the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's just like, the Chiefs have been for the last couple of years, and, the Raiders didn't do great against them this past season. The Chiefs have been just kind of the kings of the AFC West. They've really just kind of been the kings of the AFC in general. And they've gotten a lot of backlash for some of the pieces that they've lost. I mean, they lost a ton of players on their already pretty mediocre defense. They lost big guy, top 5 wide receiver in the league, Tyreek Hill. You got MVS. Keep in mind, I'm a Packers fan, so I know MVS. Like, he's solid, but I take it with a grain of salt. Juju's all right. Sky Moore was a good draft pick, and I'm still reading all these articles saying, the Chiefs' offense is still incredible, and I still have yet to read really anybody concerned about the Chiefs' defense. But for some reason, after almost every news site has the Raiders having some type of A grade for their offseason, this is a team last year that 10-7, 4-game win streak to end the season, and they almost took down the Cincinnati Bengals. I know you can say this about almost every game in the league, but had just a handful, had just one or two things gone differently, we could be having a completely different conversation right now. And what did the Raiders end up doing? Well, you got Davante Adams, and you got Chandler Jones, you got Josh McDaniels, you got a bunch of players, a bunch of coaches who are going to make your offense and defense run a lot more smoothly. And so one of the things I was doing earlier today was I was just kind of taking a look at the Raiders depth chart at the running back position, because I love all of their running backs. I know Britton Brown in his last preseason game, what did he have, 49 yards, 57 yards. I know he didn't light up the stat sheet, but even guys like Britton Brown, late picks in this last year's draft, they're already producing. They're already giving me enough to get excited about. And I look at Josh Jacobs, and I'm looking at Zamir White. Those are my two guys. Whether or not who makes the roster, we just saw Kenyon Drake get cut. I don't know when, at the time of this recording, I don't know who's, as far as the running back room, they might already have that set. They might already have that dialed in. But I look at a couple of guys like, I've been hearing a lot of stuff that Amir Abdullah is going to make the team. Brandon Bolden. The Raiders have a bunch of running backs, and they have, possibly a decision to make on who they're going to keep. But like I said, at the time of this recording, is a little bit early. Roster cuts may have happened. But I'm looking at two guys in specific, Josh Jacobs and Zamir White. Because here's the thing with Zeus. He's out of Georgia, and this is just like they are kind of every year now. Georgia's loaded. All right, Georgia's loaded at every position. Zamir White, coming into college, he's a 5-star recruit. Now, some unfortunate injuries, in my opinion, really just kind of shafted him, if we're going to be quite frank. It kind of shafted him. A healthy Zamir White is a first, second-round talent, in my opinion. First, second-round talent. And I know running backs at this point in NFL, relatively expendable. You don't want to break the bank on a running back, so I'm not trying to rush to a guess on what's going to happen with Josh Jacobs this upcoming season. But no matter how Josh Jacobs produce, Zamir White's going to be right behind him, producing as well. So Josh Jacobs, if you get a healthy Josh Jacobs and you have an improved offensive line, especially adding more versatile threats on the offense, guys like Davante Adams, you have a healthy Darren Waller, you have all these running backs you can throw to. Josh Jacobs, throw Jacobs into that loop. He can catch the ball. They're very, very, very versatile on offense in general, but I really look at Zamir White because he's that guy you can throw him on a first down and just get those 4, 5, not easy to tackle. You can use Zamir White, Josh Jacobs as this deadly 1-2 punch, and like I said, we haven't even talked about the other running backs on the Raiders roster, because all of those guys are going to be thrown in here. Keep in mind, man, this is a whole new scheme. It's going to be a completely different offense. you're going to see these running backs be utilized. These running backs are going to be efficiently used. And I'm not saying that previous Raiders coaches haven't used these guys efficiently, but Josh McDaniels, offensively speaking, I view this man as a literal genius. As a literal genius. He is efficient and he gets the job done. He uses a bunch. He's very versatile. So that's a whole nother thing in itself. Versatility on the offense, defense with Patrick Graham. Both of those two guys, they love versatility. Can't blame them. Don't want to be predictable. You want to get creative. So, I just thought it was interesting, man, because the NFL season's just it's literally 10 days away. It's a little less than a week away. I mean, we are so close, and I'm so excited for this Raiders season. It's going to get off to a bang. It's going to get off to a bang. You got the Chargers in week 1. And I genuinely believe if you can take down those Chargers, ride that momentum, go back home, play Arizona, get that win, go to Tennessee, get that win, and they've got 2 tough divisional games, Denver, Kansas City. And then you got bye week. These first 5 games are going to be absolutely critical in this loaded AFC West. They're very critical because 3 of the 5, man, divisional games. Like I said, it's an arms race out here in the AFC West. I don't have to remind you guys. So I look at the preseason. I know preseason isn't indicative of the regular season. You don't even have certain players playing. But I look at the Raiders, and I view that. I know 4-0 isn't. I know it's nothing crazy. The Ravens, they've won how many straight? What was that? I know it's not fully indicative. But what I am saying here is 4-0 is a lot better than 0-4, man. Regardless of who's playing, 4-0 is something I will take every single time. So a lot of the things I saw in the preseason, a lot more organized. Very organized. Like I said, Josh McDaniels is going to get this team, he's going to get this offense in specific very efficient. Very efficient, very creative, very versatile. So this is going to be one hell of a season, man. September 11th at Los Angeles. That is an absolute must-win. But I don't really have to explain that to you guys. We all understand what's at stake here. So you went out there. Raiders offseason, you made some moves. You made some big moves. Devontae Adams, Chandler Jones, big trade, big signing, gave up some pieces. You didn't have a first or second round pick. What'd you do? You grabbed guys, you grabbed studs, day 1 starters. Guys like Dylan Parham. Guys like Zamir White. These are players who are, just because they're not first or second round doesn't mean they're not going to help produce right from the gate. So I guess this is a little hype video, a little amp video. Let me know what you guys thought of today. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let's get some Raiders love going down below in the comment section. What are you most excited about this upcoming season? Peace.